Joseph?
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna run into a couple of issues, right? Because life is not perfect, all right? So our bottom leg is the one controlling the situation, okay? I like the bottom leg because, truthfully, when it starts getting to advanced players, they are a lot easier about limp arming and learning how to move their body and manipulate themselves to wiggle out of positions, okay? It's easier for him to escape the crucifix with my top leg. That's just my opinion. Everyone's different, okay? So even if I don't start with the bottom leg, I'll always switch to the bottom in this position regardless. So some of us had a couple of issues. Some people had very long arms and short legs, and they weren't able to find the wrist because they were curling it so deep. Or opposite, very long legs, short arms, couldn't find the wrist. Perfectly fine. It's just an option of the many that we have to destroy our opponent, okay? So, you can't do the wrist, the straight arm, okay? Maybe you don't remember how to do it, perfectly fine. But we always gotta make sure we're squeezing our opponent's arms, never giving them the opportunity to move, okay? Let's say I'm coming in here with a one-arm choke, okay? And he's been tucking his chin and things are happening. It's just not going my way, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Hillside Strangler. This is an awesome move because if we don't choke them, we'll tear their head off. Either way, they'll tap or they'll die and we'll win. And that's what matters. So everyone expects this. Coming around the back of the head. I like to come across, all right? I come from the Carlson Gracie lineage. I was taught by Tim Crater, we assert ourselves, okay? So I'm not gonna like, excuse me. I'll come in and I'll just saw his face clean off until he gets where I need it to be, all right? I can drive my elbow into his chin, whatever it needs to be. I'm gonna do almost like a karate chop. I'm doing like almost like a thumb in grip, reversed. I'm coming under and grabbing his gi, like this, all right? Now this feels tight already, but you're most likely not gonna tap him, especially in competition, because there's no way they're gonna give up. But I have the bottom hook, not the traditional crucifix. I have the bottom, which means this leg is free. So now I can perform the Hillside Strangler. I simply take my leg and I come over and I'm gonna kick towards the ground, all right? And pull at the same time and choke him. Maybe I mess up and I push a little too high and I break his neck. Or I tear his occiput clean out of the spot. It's extremely vicious. So be very careful when you drill it today. And feel free to go 100% in competition. And watch how fast they tap, all right? So we're in the same type of position, okay? I've been fighting, nothing's working. I can't remember how this is. Oh my God, I'm starting to lose my position. I keep my knees pinched. I make sure that my position's under control, okay? If he's beginning to scoot down and get his back to the mat, okay, that's a viable way for him to escape. I can also just take his elbow and just start turning it like this. It most likely won't tap him, but it'll make him realize, oh, I better stop moving, all right? And then from there, I can just scoot myself back up and I'm gonna pop him right across the face and grab that gi. It's a great holding position regardless, okay? Sometimes you can come over, they may trap my leg because they don't want it coming over, and I'll drive my knee towards me and drive my elbow towards my head. And that will sometimes tap them. Now, that's more of a painful situation, all right? So sometimes people are very tough. So we just want to make sure we get a choke in. Hillside Strangler, I go for the grip, my top leg comes over, and I start stomping to the mat, okay? You don't even have to get to the part where you hip in, because by the time you straighten your leg out, his head should be rolling off over there, okay? And the whole time, I'm holding that pinky. I'm holding that palm, so he can't control his arm, okay? Make sense? All right, Hillside Strangler, on 3, 1, 2,